Hello, hello, hello. So we are going to start CAT 2025 Algebra Coordinate Geometry. This is the second session of Algebra Coordinate Geometry. We have already covered the first sessions. First session we have covered few basics of coordinate. Now in this session we are not going to talk about any particular concept. We have picked few questions from coordinate where multiple different variety of concepts are used. For example, some of the concepts we are going to pick from our previous session. There are some questions that contain geometry as well in this. There are some questions that contain the graphs of line or I would say quadratic equation or those kind of things. So those kind of questions we are going to cover this time. We are not going to do very specific concept over here. Now let's see. Let's get on to the questions. Now the first question, what does it say? Let T be the triangle formed by this and it is measured in the same unit as coordinate. Okay, so basically triangle is formed by a straight line and coordinate axis. Okay, so let's draw the triangle first. So again, we have discussed this in the last class that whatever we do in coordinate, the most important part is to draw the graph. If you're not drawing the graph, you won't understand the concept. Now, basically, the coordinate axis are this. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay. Now, what does it say? Is the triangle is formed by this. So, when you get a line, how do you plot a line? So basically, to plot a line, plotting a line is extremely easy. And how you can do it? So for example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take x equal to 0. So if x is 0, then 5y minus 45 becomes 0. Then 5y is equal to 45, so y comes out to be 9. So basically, I am going to get a point that is 0, 9. That is the first thing. Second thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put y equal to 0. Then I'm going to get 3x minus 45 and that's equal to 0. So what I'm going to get, x equal to 15. So here I'm going to get a point, x equal to 15 and y equal to 0. Okay. Now we have this line. So basically this line is going to be 3x plus 5y minus 45 and that's equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Now question is saying that a circumcircle is drawn and find the radius of that. Okay. So what is this line? This line is 9. This length is 9. What is this length? This length is 15. So what is going to be this length? So this length is going to be a root of 9 square plus 15 square. You can also use the formula of 2 points, that is y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. That will also give you the same answer. So that is going to be root of 81 plus root of 81 plus 225. So this value comes out to be what? That is 306 square root. So basically this length comes out to be root of 306. Okay, now this is something that we are getting. Now square root is not possible, right? Because square root is not integral. I won't say it's not possible. It is possible, but it's not integer. So if you look at the actual question of that, the question is talking about the integer closest to it. Okay. So 17 square is going to be 289. 18 square is going to be 324. So this square root comes out to be close to 17.5, and that's what we have. So hypotenuse is given to us as this. Now, if you see, this is a right angle triangle. So in any right angle triangle, the circumradius, the radius of circumcircle, that is generally denoted by capital R, is given by the formula of hypotenuse divided by 2. So what is the hypotenuse we have? That is 17.5 divided by 2. And this comes out to be 8.75. Close to this value is going to be close to 8.75 because this value is close to 17.5. So which is the value that is going to be closest to L? That is going to be 9. So answer of this question is going to be 9. And that's how we are going to approach this question. So for this, you must know that the circumradius is given by hypotenuse by 2. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Now it says that let S be the set of all points in XY plane such that mod of X plus mod of Y is less than 2. Okay. So basically there is one question, that is mod of X plus mod of Y equal to something. We have already done this graph in the previous session. If you haven't watched the previous session, kindly do that, because this is the second session of coordinate geometry. Okay. So the first graph is going to be mod of X plus mod of Y equal to 2. That graph is going to look like this. My art is a little bad, so I'm unable to draw the straight lines. It is going to look close to this. Now this is going to be 2 comma 0. This is going to be minus 2 comma 0. This is going to be 0 comma 2. And this is going to be 0 comma minus 2. So these are the 4 points we are going to do. Okay. Now mod X is greater than 1. So I'm not going to take less or greater. I'm simply going to take mod X equal to 1. So mod X equal to 1 means X equal to 1 and X equal to minus 1. So what is X equal to 1? It's not a point, it's a line. So X equal to 1 is going to be line, and that is a line that is going to be parallel to X axis. So that is going to be a line like this. And this point is going to be 1, 0. Okay. And the mod of X, this one is going to be this. Now we are going to look at the inequality. So that is less than inequality. So if mod of X plus mod of Y equal to 2, the graph is going to be on the line. If it is less than 2, it means we are talking about all the internal points of this. Okay. If it is greater than this, it means outside the region. Fair enough. So, and second one, mod of X is greater than 1. So this is mod of X, this is X equal to 1. So X greater than means this is the region. Okay, so that's what we have. This is the region. That's what we have. So now it says that if this X is 1 and this is 2, so what is this length? This length is going to be 1. Okay, that's what we got. Okay. Now if X equal to 1, what is the value of Y? Y is also 1. So basically this point in reality is going to be 1 comma 1. So it means this height is also going to be 1. Now what is the area of this triangle? That is going to be half into base is 1, height is also 1. So this area comes out to be 1 by 2. Now what is this area? The bottom area, that is also going to be 1 by 2. What is this area? This is also going to be 1 by 2. What is this area? This is also going to be 1 by 2. So what is the total area? That is going to be 1 by 2 into 4, because you have 4 such areas. So overall area comes out to be 2. So answer of this question becomes 2, and that's the approach of these kind of questions. Again, I am repeating this point, that in coordinate, if you are not drawing the graph, you will not get the correct answer. So just draw the graph, whatever it is given, draw as it is. And we have already discussed these kind of graphs before. Now let's move on to the next one. What does it say? Okay, so the area enclosed by these lines and this graph is equal to what? Okay. So first of all, X equal to 2 is not a point, it's a line. Discussed. Now this graph is what? Y minus 4 is equal to mod of X minus 2. And we have already seen this graph in the previous session, that what is the graph of Y minus B is equal to mod of X minus A. So that graph looks like this. That is going to be look like this, where the coordinates are going to be A comma B. Okay. So here I am going to draw the graph exactly, and X is 2, Y is 4. So graph is going to look like this. And the bottom point is going to be 2 comma 4. 2 comma 4. Okay. Now X equal to 2 is what? X equal to 2 is a line that is parallel to Y axis. Now why I am drawing this from this point? Because here the X coordinate is 2 itself. So that's the reason the line is going to pass through the intersection of this. Okay. Now question is talking about what is the area. Okay. So my job is to figure out what is the area of this. Okay. So this is 4. So this is 4. Okay. What is this? X is 2 means this is 2. So 4 into 2, area is 8. And I still need to find this area. So my answer should be greater than 8, means 6 is gone, 8 is gone. Okay. Okay. Now, so basically, if I put x equal to 0, so if I put x equal to 0, y is equal to 2 plus 4, and that comes out to be 6. So basically, this at this point y is 4, at this point y is 6. What is going to be this length? This length is going to be 2. So what is the area of this triangle? So that is going to be half into 2 into 2. So that comes out to be 2. So area of this rectangle is 8. Area of this is 2. So overall area comes out to be 10, and that's option D. So my answer of this question is going to be option D, and that's the approach we are going to take to solve this question. Okay. Okay. Now, and one more thing we can do in this question, that once we have figured out this is 6, this is 2. So overall area of this rectangle is 12, but this area is not counted. So my answer should be less than 12 and greater than 8. So answer is directly going to be 10. I don't need to calculate the whole thing. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? It says the vertices of this triangle are this. Find the area of the circle passing through these points. Okay. Okay. Now let's start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw the graph. So I'm going to draw the 3 points. And what are the 3 points? 0, 0. Okay. Then we have 4, comma 0. Then what do we have? We have x is 3, y is 9. So that is going to be somewhere here, 3, comma 9. So my triangle is going to look like this. Okay. And what is the circumcircle? That is going to be this. Art is the problem. I can't draw properly. So that is going to be the graph. This is what we have. Okay. I need to find out the radius of the circle. Now you might think we need to calculate the equation of graph. No. So there is a formula for circumradius. Circumradius means uh, radius of circumcircle. And what is circumcircle? Circumcircle is simply a triangle that touches all 3 vertices, and that circle is called a circumcircle. I need to find out the area of this. So what is the formula? There is a formula of what is the area of triangle, that is generally given by half into base into height. Okay. And so basically it is not B, I would say it is base, and that is equal to ABC upon 4R. Area of circle, area of triangle is also given by ABC upon 4R. And what is ABC? A, B, C are 3 sides, and R is circumcircle. So how I'm going to use this? So what is the area of this triangle? So that is, this base is 4. Okay. So half into base into height. What is the height? Height is going to be directly 9. It is visible that what is the height from this point to this line? That is directly 9. So I know the area of this triangle is this. Okay. Now what is this length? That is going to be 4. I need all 3 lengths. What is this length? That is going to be square root of 3 square plus 9 square. So that is going to be root 90. Okay. Now this is 3, this is 1, and this is 9. So what is this length? Root of 1 square plus 9 square, that is going to be root 82. Okay. Upon 4R. Sorry, it should be 82. Upon 4R. 4 cancels out. This is 2. I'm simply going to cross multiply. So if I'm going to cross multiply, what I'm going to get? 2 into 9 into R, and that is equal to root of 90 into root of 82. Okay. Now you might think you need to calculate the value of R, but I won't do that. Why? Because my question is not the radius, my question is the area. What is the area of the circle? That is that is pi into R square, right? So what is pi? Pi is pi because all the options have pi. What is R? R is root 90 into root 18. So upon 18. So basically R comes out to be root 90 into root 82 divided by 18. Okay. So what is r square? R square is going to be 90 into root 82, sorry, into 82 divide by 18 into 18. Okay. 18 fives are I can cancel out by 2. This comes out to be 41. This comes out to be 9. So this comes out to be 205 pi divided by 9. And the answer of this question is going to be option A. So this question looks like a question of coordinate geometry, but this is a question of basic geometry. Just if you know the basic concept of geometry, you can easily solve this question. This won't take much time. But this looks like a question of coordinate geometry, and it gives you feeling that, oh, you need to know the equation of circle to get the answer of this question. You don't need to know the equation of circle, that it is x square plus y square is equal to r square, or x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is equal to r square. So those kind of equations, if you know, it's good. If you don't know, it's perfectly fine. Even without that, you can get the answer. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So it says that A, B, C be non-zero real numbers, okay, such that B square minus 4AC, B square is less than 4AC. So basically, this is a question of quadratic equation, and we have already done the graph of quadratic equations in the session of quadratic equation. So if you don't know the graphs of parabola or equations of quadratic functions, just go and watch the class and you will understand. Okay, now fx is equal to this. Okay, so when b square minus 4ac is less than 0, so what does it mean? It means d is less than 0. So what does d less than 0 represents? D less than 0 represents that there are no real roots. And we have also done the graph for no real roots. There are two graphs. The first graph, it opens upside if a is positive. This second graph, that opens downside if a is negative. So this graph we have already covered. Now if s consists of all the integers n such that fm is less than 0. But is question talking about the sign of a? We don't have the sign of a. So you can have either this graph or you can have either this graph. I don't know which graph I'm going to make. Both graphs are true. Now s consists of all integers such that this is true. Okay. Now if a is positive, then I'm going to have this graph. Then it means for any integer, the function will not be negative. For any integer, the function will not be negative. It means if a is positive, then there is no number or no integer, right? If a is negative, then it is true for all the possible integers, right? So either there is going to be no integer that satisfies the equation, or there are going to be all the integers that satisfy this equation. So basically, answer of this question is going to be option C, either the empty set or the set of all integers. Because why I can't say it is going to be true for all the integers? Because I don't know the sign of a. It can either be this opening upside, it can or it can be opening downside. It can be either of the things, right? So if a is opening upside, then it is uh, uh, no integer or empty set. If it is negative, then it is set of all possible integers. And with this, we conclude this session. Thank you. If anyone has any doubt, kindly drop a message in the comment box and we will get back to you.